There is another crucial point I want us to take a look at. It has to do with the representation of the gender. I mean, females and then the males as well. And I'm bringing this in because of the figures. I mean, the candidates that are running. There is one female candidate representing the CPP, and then also the NDC has a flag. A running mate that's a female. So you take a look at the female representation. And we'll talk about what we see in the current parliament, where we have 40 females in parliament, but of course that number will dwindle after this election because some of them have lost their seats, both from the NPP side and then on the NDC side as well. But let's look at the numbers from the as far as the gender is concerned. So 9,690,173 constitute female voters as it stands now currently on the register, while 9,082,622 are males. Now the data also revealed that 708,282 new voters have been added to the electoral roll for the December elections. As we already know. But let me begin with you. But you look at these numbers, does it really mean that they will be tilted towards the feminist agenda that we have always been seeing?
Okay, to begin with, I think the females that you made mention of, they have not lost their seats. However, they've lost primaries.
Yes,
and represented by maybe males or something.
So during the primaries, great.
Yes, and I am of the view that Ghanaians do not vote on this gender lines or gender basis, because hitherto we had females, as in the vice presidential candidate. We had also Ikradonko. We had other female who stood as presidential candidates, and they were not voted for. You see, Ghana, I am of the view that, to be honest, it should be a two-party state.
Why?
Oh, my brother, you know this.
I don't know.
It's either MPP or NDC or NDC or MPP. Just like the days of either House or Kotoko. I know some of your people, even though I know I'm away, but not on the home ground.
Which one are the people?
My brother Nasa understands. So you do. You do. And Dog also understands. You see, the whole idea is this: we have never ever voted along the gender lines or basis. So whether they are increased or they increase or whatever, and at least all these females, they are our sisters, or more or less like our relations. I think there was a time they wanted to even pass some act or something, or an internal something within the party, like the political parties, where they would have more of the females to represent in parliament. Yes, I think MPP wanted to do that kind of thing, but I think I don't know whether it was shut down or something, but we have never ever voted along those lines.
So these numbers that they don't really play a role?
Coming from where I stand, I don't think so. It will never.
No, the NDC has a strong policy that is tilted towards women empowerment. That has to do with the... why are you laughing, Council? That has to do with the National Women's Development.
I like your lines of question when
I'm building a point where I ask a question.
I know, don't worry. I told you I'm away too.
You are PhD.
Yes.
but take a look at it. I mean, that's what the NDC has in their manifesto as well. How will this play into their advantage?
So I think I do agree with Nana Bediako on the point that I don't.
Then 82,622.
Okay, so
the males are high.
No. Women
are more.
Women are high.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So women are so then that's my expectation. So, and so that's in line with what I expect. So, but then the point is, given that women constitute this significant portion of the population, there are two things. One, it means as political parties, you need to have clear policies that are targeted at this constituency. Okay, and that's, for instance, why the NDC has this Women's Development Bank and all of that targeted at them. We need to talk to them. We know that women as a group have actually faced a lot of discrimination marginalization over the years. This is very historical, and that's why it's also important that we have very specific and very intentional policies that aim to be able to bring women at par, or basically take away the things that bring about the inequities within the society. A big part of that is representing a woman is because she's earned it, right? And I think those are the things that we need to keep in mind, and not think of it as so we are giving tokens to women. Well, we should create opportunities for the best to come out.
Okay, Dave.
Yes. So I think I'm no political scientist, but what I'll say is that each time we go to the polls, 3 things must inform who we vote for, and that is the triple P, PPP: the political party, the personality in question, and the policies. We shouldn't be at any point in time where we are voting based on gender. It is completely inadequate for nation building. Down tens, women and children suffer, and therefore we are creating a Women's World Bank to be able to do. That's like a policy.
It has always been in existence.
A policy that is always geared towards
it has always
women.
Been in
I think the
Women's World Banking. It has always been there. WWB.
The thing that I take from what David is actually saying is that when you have women at the decision table, they are it's important we pay attention to them.
Yeah.
But women can understand women better, just as men can understand men better. So the issue about representation and having women at the decision table is that when you have women at the decision table, they are able to bring in perspectives that are diverse and that help you to be able to cater for that section of the society. So it is not insignificant to have a woman as at the top of the ticket. It's not insignificant, because at the minimum that will bring certain perspective that you may not have had. But I don't also think that just by virtue of somebody being a woman means they are better. No, I don't.
Not at all.
So
saying my good brother is here, but any other person watching or whatever, and this day and age where they'll take a video of whatever you've said and do some kind of something about it and just be circulating. You see, MPs, they do not construct roads, to be honest with you. So assuming you, this MP, you have a very bitter experience, or you are seen to be a person that is always on the neck of the sitting government or the government in power, what becomes of the developmental issues in your area? You are just but a lobbyist. You go lobby for things to be done in your area. You understand? And all that I'm saying too is this, that where you have people like maybe somebody like Akusi Aminu going to contest, let them go, let's see. And what has been done, like my brother was saying, the 2 brothers, Dr. David and Nasa, and Nasa, where you could see the angle wanted to go, like NDC towing towards such of the feminist agenda under the watch of this guy. Even though in their NDC's 2012 manifesto, they brought in this feminist thing that they will see to it that the feminist act of this something geared towards the women was passed. It was under ours, this very current government that we passed. And if you quite remember,
what to do with the Adentan conversation anyway?
Oh, you are not getting it. I made mention of the fact that my good brothers delve into the arena, making it look as if MPP was not.
That's your assumption.
No, that's not my assumption. They know.
Council, that's your assumption.
If the strategy favored you, if the strategy of the day, i.e. 2024 election, if the strategy favored you, I'm sure you would have considered taking a woman. Okay, but per the strategy, maybe you wanted someone from Ashanti, whatever strategy you chose to.
You never even made.
I'm just giving an example.
Let's keep to them.
Nasa also wanted to say something.
I wanted to understand what I actually don't
what he said. Anyway, but let's stick to the the flashpoints, like as I mentioned. But there's another area that I want.
And then you're asking the people to do a skirt and blouse. What it means is that at the presidential level, you don't have confidence that your candidate can convince the people. Number one. Number two, with Aiku on the seat right now, and you are not able to campaign for your candidate. So you are telling the people, you may vote for John Mahama, but vote for me because I can work with anybody. This is what he said, or allegedly said. I think if that is true and truly the position, then I do not expect a swing, because then the people are going to vote for John Mahama, and if you vote for John Mahama and vote for Okoboy, what it means is that you've done the skirt and blouse, and it actually stifles development. Because leave it or take it, or take it or leave it. Go to the constituencies that are orphaned. Go to the constituencies that are not in government. The MPs always suffer with development and all of that in terms of lobbying. So the question is, Okoboy campaigning skirt and blouse. If that is true, then on the grounds he has information that the party is not doing well. So if in 2020 the gap is that, I'm telling you, in this particular election is going to be wider. And that is why I confidently do not expect a swing this time around. I think they are going to maintain the sitting MP and then go with the NDC.
Now, people also believe that the current hardship we face, the economic woes of the country, could also play a significant role in the decision making from voters as well. Bernard Okoboy, I think, is the health minister, and of course he is serving under in this particular government. He was there but lost it in 2020 to Benjamin Ayuku. What could be the parameters this time around, and who can this favor, knowing so well that this is like a swing sort of seat?
Yeah, so I mean, the truth is I don't know enough about Lejokuku and the local politics to be able to give a very insightful discussion on that. But at least just looking at it from where I sit, number one, I suppose that part of the reason why Bernard Okoboy was made Chief Executive, Metropolitan Chief Executive, that's the way we need to, and perhaps that's a conversation we need to have if we want to start correcting this issue that both my other panelists raised.
Okay, Councillor, you want to have a bite on that? Yes. So do that quickly, because there's another area I want us to take a look at that has to do with Aguna West. We saw what happened in Parliament quite recently. The incumbent is part of those 4 members of Parliament that have suffered issue in Parliament. So touch on Lejokuku, then we can move.
Yes, on the aspect of David Okoboy,
Bernard Okoboy.
Yes, Okoboy campaigning for His Excellency John Dramani. I doubt.
Okay.
And it will be highly suicidal. Honestly, it will be like Madam Chin Mensah campaigning for Napo or His Excellency the Vice President.
No, Jane Mensah is a referee.
What's the name? Jenana Opoku Ajimai. Yes, campaigning for Napo or let's say Bawumia. You see, and some of these things I would not even think twice about it. You get it? When Okoboy lost his seat, practically speaking, he never went to sleep. He was all over communicating until such a time that he had the National Health Insurance Authority boss. And fast forward, he became the health minister. And he's not the only person who lost his seat and was appointed. You know Titus Glover. He also lost at the Tema East or Tema West. And he's now the Greater Accra regional minister. What happened with respect to Okoboy was just by this normal campaign thing. Onale, Nine, Funra, Alonuko, that thing that they say. So Okoboy, in terms of development, you remember Kwame Sefakai was on the neck of this guy with respect to a particular road. And this guy saw to it being executed. When it comes to development within the Lejokuku Krowo municipal
fast track to car as it stands now, you even serving as the health minister, that hospital has not seen any nothing has been done about it, and that's what people are actually saying on the street.
If we are to go on that tangent or argument, we can as well also say that you see the K-C defense. During the time of His Excellency Rawlings to date, not only even one stone had been placed there, but every time time, that particular sea defense was done by the NPP. So if you are to go on that tangent of argument, then there's no way.
No, but it wonders one to know that this was a man who was an incumbent, right, prior to the 2020 elections. So if, give and take, with the analysis you have made, that he was with the people and all of that, he developed quite...
Think about that. There were times I was there when people came to take money for even the use of the word mekoya abortion, and the person that impregnated me could not be found.
Very trivial issues, right?
Very trivial issue. At the end of the day, the same person that he gave money to, you would go somewhere and you could see the damage the person is doing to you. Do you understand what I'm saying? So all that I'm trying to paint is that you could get people like Okoboy because of funeral that the person never attended. But before you know, he had attended more than 20 funerals. But for one particular funeral that he never attended, they will just paint him black.
Okay.
And it will run through the constituent. It's like, okay,
we'll show
Obana.
Okay. Well, interesting, right? So now to the Agona West constituency, and why this is also an area for us to look at is the fact that
has won a seat, and being on the party's ticket simply means that she has the following of the people.
Okay, Dave, hold on. I want us to go on to the phone lines one more time. Philip, our reporter in Subin constituency in Ashanti region, is on the phone lines. How are you, Phil?
By God's grace, I'm doing well.
Okay, so tell me exactly your location.
Okay, currently I'm at the Queen Elizabeth polling station at Panti New Town in the Subin constituency.
What's happening? Philip, can you hear me?
Yes, please.
All right, so tell me what you have observed so far in that area.
So far, everything is going on well. We have security who are okay here, but the small challenges we are having is that, you know, when somebody is giving the presidential, he tries to put it in the parliamentary. And then when somebody is having the parliamentary, he tries to, that's the only difficulties we are facing here. But it's been managed
so it means that probably the voters don't know the boxes in which they would have to put in the ballot papers. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, please. Most of them who come here find it difficult to cast their ballot.
But hold on, Philip. The ballot boxes are supposed to have inscriptions boldly written and pasted on them. So, for instance, ballot A is supposed to be for presidential, ballot B is supposed to be for parliamentary. Are those inscriptions not written on the ballot boxes?
Everything is intact, but just that, you know, some of them, they find it difficult. I don't know whether it's a tension, which is...
Okay.
So in all, we have 4 parliamentary candidates who are standing here in the constituency.
Hold on, before you take me through... Philip, hold on. I want to get an understanding of this. And as far as you've decided to put it into the parliamentary box, what has happened to those papers?
Oh, for now I can see. So everything is on course.
Okay.
But just that some of the electors, when they come, they are in a rush to finish and they leave the polling station. That is the only challenge. So when they come there, they try to hurry up and then leave the polling station.
Okay. Have you seen the presence of uniformed men?
Yes, please. I have seen the Ghana Police Service here. The Ghana Prison Service, they are also here.
Who is there?
And some officials of...
now, have you been able to... in some of the police stations that you've gone to...
Yes, please. So far, I can stay close to... where I am currently, close to 200 people have voted. But in all, we have 76,990 of voters in the constituency.
Okay.
Who is Honorable Eugene Boate Enchi. That's the former Deputy Minister for Western Housing. This is his constituency.
Very well. What else can we know from that area?
Okay. So in all, 4 people are standing for this very particular election. It's only one female. We
Okay.
have only one